Broad Street.
Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Just What We Need, another Philly sports show. We're back with another episode. We got a good panel here tonight. On my left, great sports fan, one of Philadelphia's premier public address announcers, John McBride is back. John, thanks for coming back.
No problem, Ed. My pleasure.
Thank you. And on my right, we have Chadzilla is back. He's here at the upcoming podcast, ZillaCast, which starts probably November. You're hoping to start it with, and your first guest is going to be former Philly Jeff Manto. Yep. So look for the ZillaCast coming in November on a comedy train wreck, Broad Street Misery, all the platforms. So we'll get everything going. So we're glad to be here. Another episode. We're glad to start up. Well, we had a great weekend, great 24 hours. Phillies blew a lead. Eagles blew a lead. James Franklin blew another game up at Happy Valley. It was just a great weekend. It was like this weekend we took a time machine back to the 90s where everybody loses. It's all misery again. It was like a throwback weekend.
We should have Ray Milland and John Lennon on the panel for the lost weekend.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was bad. It was bad. But I guess we'll start with the Phillies. I don't really want to, but I guess we'll start with the Phillies. John, what was your impressions of the Phillies game last night? What did you think?
Oh, I was so hopeful. When they scored those 3 runs off Ohtani.
I know.
I thought that the game that they played in Los Angeles and they saw them the first time, things had paid off.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
The offense it stagnated.
Went to sleep again.
Yeah, you got Bohm gave you professional at bats, and he may not have gotten a hit, but he got on base twice. You're getting professional bats from Marsh. You're getting it from the lower end of the order. Bader got the nice sacrifice fly from Muto to triple. But the top of the order is where you need energy, and it's not there. It's not getting done. It
was. Chad, did you see the game? I mean, what did you think?
Yeah, I watched the game. I thought that Bader sack fly was gone, by the way.
Yeah.
I know there's just a strong gust of wind or somebody farted in the wrong direction. But that thing was very close to going out. Off the bat, it looked good. But yeah, I thought JT could have made it home too on that.
Yeah.
With that bad throw.
Oh, when it got away a little bit. Yeah, but he eventually did get home on his sacrifice fly anyway. But yeah, it was. Well, the thing to me was, I mean, the offense, especially the top 3 guys. This is 3 years in a row. The Arizona series, the Mets series. Now that we're Turner, Schwarber, and Harper, they're supposed to be your 3 big guys, and there's 3 series in a row now. Ever since Game 2 of that Arizona series 2 years ago, this offense has just been terrible in playoff games, and also. Christopher Sanchez, he has to get through the 6th inning. You got 2 outs, nobody on base, and then he starts walking guys. I mean, if he's going to be the number 1 guy, he's got to get through the 6th inning. You got a 3-0 lead. You got to get it through at least 6 innings.
Do you agree with them taking him out and putting Robertson in that?
Well,
position?
they pretty much had to because he was falling apart. The thing I don't agree with is once Robert got the out, why would you bring Robertson back for the 7th inning? I have no idea. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I thought I was hearing things when they were bringing Robertson.
All weekend before that about Suarez's
Ranger being available. That would have been his perfect spot.
Exactly. And the different change of pace that he would have bought, he could have gotten 2 innings out of him. Now you don't have to bring in Strom. Kirkring for the 8th and Duran for the 9th. And
you had Suarez, you had Walker Buehler sitting out there. Why would you send Robertson back out again? Once he comes in, he sits down. There was no reason to send Robertson back out for the 7th inning.
I know Thompson's taking a lot of flack, but that's the only move that I disagree with. I don't disagree with him bringing him in, but like you said,
he got out of the 6th inning.
Right,
that was unbelievable. I have no.
That was a mistake.
I thought it was. I thought that was a mistake. I said, "What they're doing? What they're bringing him back out there?" I have no idea why that happened. Why you would send him back out there? And I was a big fan of bringing Robertson, signing him. I think he's out of gas. Robertson looks like he's out. Even the regular season, he started to run out of gas.
Last time we had him, he was murderous for us in the postseason.
Yeah. I mean,
I wasn't real excited. I was excited to get him back when we got him back for that role. But I'm not excited to see him on the mound in the postseason.
There's a reason he was unemployed for a couple of months. No knock against him.
But the perfect spot for him was to come in and get 1 out like he did in the 6th inning. That's perfect. That's it. He got the 1 out. Now you got the rest of. Why would you? I can't fathom how you would send him back out there to start another inning.
Did you see the picture of Paez on, or however you say, looks like Pages to me, but whatever his name is.
Second
On
base.
second base, and Strom.
Oh yeah.
Has the grip in his hand, and he's
They-
signaling to
Yeah.
Teoscar.
Strom, this is 2 years in a row. Strom has come up small in the playoffs. I mean, he did last year, and now last night he struggled. I don't know. That's a concern.
How much do you think that had to do with the home run that he hit on that pitch? Him getting signaled what that pitch was.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It very well could have been a factor. I mean,
Sure.
that kind of stuff happens all the time. Yeah.
At the very least, it's a confidence factor on the Dodgers side. They think they're picking things up.
Yeah.
And they get a little bit of success. Well, they're going to own you.
Yeah.
They're gonna mentally own you.
Yeah, but the lineup was weak, and now Bader might not be able to play tomorrow night. That hurts because they're pitching. I believe they're pitching a lefty tomorrow. They're pitching Blake Snell. Isn't he pitching tomorrow night? Yeah. So so if Bader's out, that means you have to start Marsh in center field. Marsh can't hit left-handed pitching.
He's been doing pretty good.
Yeah, he's been doing good, but he hit like 160 or something against lefties, and that's a big difference taking against a left-handed pitcher, having Marsh instead of Bader. That's going to hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know that top three.
Start Weston Wilson and
In left
maybe
field.
put Kepler in center, and
Well, yeah, but and Castellano, maybe, but
Sosa can play anywhere on the field.
well, I was thinking that too. Why not play? Can you play Weston Wilson in center and Sosa in left? I was thinking that just to get Sosa's bat in there.
I would rather have Sosa in center.
Oh, Sosa,
Otto
okay.
He
Kemp.
can play center. He's
Oh,
fast.
Otto
that's the
Kemp.
second.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, no, I wouldn't take Stott out. I like
Well,
Stott.
that's one of the reasons they put Kemp on the roster as an infielder for the right-left matchups. And Thompson has been doing that towards the end of the season.
Well, then put Sosa at shortstop and sit Turner.
No,
I'm
you're not-
sorry, but when Turner was out and Bone was out, I really liked our team.
They're not going to sit. They're not going to sit Turner. Yeah, I see that.
With power too.
That's the thing there, but they're not going to sit Turner. He's
that's
$300 million.
season.
They're
Yeah.
not sitting Turner in a playoff game. They're not sitting Turner. But
Hey, he's just telegraphing when he's going to pitch.
I would play Stott. Stott is so good defensively at second base. I wouldn't take Stott
I
out.
want to sit Stott. I'm
And he's
just
ready
trying
to
to
bat,
follow
hopefully.
along.
Yeah, and he's coming and he's hit better in the second half. Though I would might try to get Sosa.
We're overcoaching.
Yeah, I know, but
Hey, at the end of the day, you're right.
I like Sosa's bat against left-handed pitchers. That there's some way to get him in there. I don't know. He's not a great outfielder, unfortunately. But I wish there was a way you could squeeze him. Can you put him at DH and put Schwarber in the outfield? I guess that's not a great idea either to put Schwarber in the outfield. But I just love some way to get Sosa's bat against a left-handed pitcher.
Well, you know what? That might not be a bad idea because in 2022, when Schwarber was hitting in the playoffs, he was playing left field every night.
Yeah.
He was. I
Last
don't know.
time he played in the field. He not this season. He played a couple games in the field. He looked good. But before that, it was last season. I already played one play in the field and
He got hurt. That's what I'm worried about. Him running around out there and get hurt. I am worried about that. Him running around, but I wish there was some way they could get Sosa's back. Maybe it's just a numbers problem and they can't. But he hits left-handed pitchers well.
You
so
make him the starting pitcher and the DH.
something. I don't know, but I would. But I mean, it's just disappointing. Last night reminded you of the Mets series last year, where they just didn't hit. Except for that one inning where they scored the runs, they didn't hit. It really reminds you of the Mets series, and you start thinking, "Oh boy."
Yeah, one of the bad things is how the lineup is composed. Turner is not going to drop a bunt.
Oh no!
And start. I mean, he's fast, but he's not going to play that small ball. And it's been suggested with Ohtani, get on base, play small ball, try to get him distracted. Whether it would work or not, Ohtani's such a great talent, I don't know, but it's a different look that not many teams do. And if it gets the engine going and it gets you 2 runs over 3 innings, instead of 3 runs in 1 inning, why not?
Yeah, I don't know. And then Ohtani, once he got past that bad inning, he got stronger. He really looked strong last night as the time went on. So, and the Dodger bullpen, which has been really maligned, they looked pretty good last night against the Phillies lineup. I mean, the Phillies hit him in Los Angeles, that bullpen, but they didn't hit him last. Well, we'll see now. You got Luzardo tomorrow, and he's inconsistent. He can be when he's good, he's really good, but when he's bad, he's really bad. So that worries me.
The really good version.
Yeah, let's hope so, because that's all you need him to go out there and blow up early. Next thing you know, you're down 2-0, and it's that could happen. I don't know, but
then we're going to
LA. Going to LA down 2-0. I wouldn't like our chances if that happened. I don't know, but I mean, but I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. It's that they got to hit. They have to hit that if they don't hit those, especially those top 3 guys, forget it. they're going to be going home again.
Yep.
They have to hit. It's bad. I don't know. But Sanchez again, he has to get through that 6th inning. I don't know. He's getting kind of a pass because everybody's yelling about the offense, but he has to get through that 6th inning. I think he has to get through that 6th inning. I don't know. Then what do you think tomorrow night? Ethan, would you like their chances tomorrow night? I mean, Luzardo against Snell.
I'm in it to win it. So yeah, I like their chances.
Yeah.
And Luzardo, like you said, he had his bumps in the middle of the year, but he seemed to learn how to deal with the stretch situation. And even he said, I learned to deal with it, but by not pitching out of the stretch. And he's been striking out 12 guys to start since.
Yeah, he can be really good. And Snell's got 2 Cy Youngs, but he's one of these guys who only pitches 5 innings, 5 out of 30. He never gives you even though he has he got 2 Cy Youngs for it. But
to me, Luzardo is he's solid. You always get the good Luzardo to start the game. But when people get on base, that's when he starts to kind of malfunction.
It's not good.
I don't think he's good out of the what's it called? Like the slide step approach, like not working out of the stretch. Like that's where I think he struggles. And then once he gets 2 guys on base, maybe 3 guys on base, and then he starts getting his head like little leaguers, like the kids are clapping on first base. The pitcher's getting.
I'll tell you what, though, I am impressed with how he dealt with that. Maybe 3 or 4 games.
Oh, he had a real bad stretch.
Yeah. But he came through it. He won 15 games for him. And he's, like I said, he's been striking out 12 guys. And plus, last time he pitched in a playoff game, he did pretty well. He lost, but he did pretty well as a Marlin.
Pitching against the Phillies. Yeah. No, he's a talented kid. There's no question. He just has his bad games. And I'm just hoping tomorrow ain't one of them, because that's the last thing we need is him to have one of his bad games.
Yeah, you and all Philadelphia.
Yeah, all of Philadelphia. But really, I was going to say I'd like to see the Phillies get an early lead, but they had an early lead last night.
Yeah.
that I don't know. That game was brutal last night. That was tough to take. That really went. And then, especially when Sosa came out with a couple guys on base, and I thought maybe he's going to do something, hit a pop or a little shadow fly ball. I thought he was going to do something. That was disappointing. I don't know, but. You like the crowd's down or the crowd's into it. They're ready to go, and then the offense is just dead. And they can't.
Right.
The crowd takes the crowd out of the game.
You got to reward that crowd. You're absolutely right. Get on base, create something. And I don't know, but it looks like when Schwarber's swinging, he's not keeping his eye on the ball. He's swinging through, and he's looking towards the right.
I don't know.
Right field, first base stands. Right.
Yeah, 2 years in a row now. Him and Harper, they've kind of disappeared in the playoffs 2 years in a row. And that's
not like them either.
Yeah. I mean, Schwarber had such a great year. Now he's back to being the playoff Schwarber again, which that's the last thing they need. But I don't know if I assume Luzardo might be on a short leash tomorrow just because they might have, I don't know, maybe Walker Buehler waiting in the wings or Taiwan Walker.
Well, they said they have all hands on deck ready to go.
You would think, except maybe Ranger, because they were saving Ranger for game 3, right? So maybe he wouldn't be ready, but although I don't know.
The Dodgers did to us yesterday. They had a 2-starter approach.
They did. They brought Tyler Glass on that Glass. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe Walker Buehler might be waiting in the wings, or I don't know, Taiwan Walker. Nola, I don't know about Nola. I don't trust Nola at all. After the year he had,
I was hoping that they were going to have like a Buehler waiting with Nola.
Yeah, I don't trust Nola at all.
Usually when Nola's damage usually comes early, like first.
Inning 4. It's almost like clockwork.
But that's bad. That's bad for him. Yeah. But I mean, last night would have been the spot for Ranger, though. The 7th inning last night. If you're going to use Ranger, he's not pitching on Wednesday. That would have been the perfect spot for Ranger to come in the 7th inning last night. There's no. I don't know why they didn't use him and why they David Robinson trying to get more outs out of there. That was just terrible. I don't know. But Harrison Bader, that's going to be brutal. Losing him. I mean, he was giving such a spark. He's not. It's no tear, and it's not that bad. But they still don't know if he's going to be ready for tomorrow night. He's getting treatment.
They're getting hit in the arm.
No, he
hamstring.
Pulled something. He pulled something running. Yeah. So, and they're hopefully maybe he'll play tomorrow night, but maybe not. Maybe he won't play on Wednesday. We'll see. So hopefully,
they need him. They need him.
Talent,
he is their energy.
He made that great catch last night.
He's their Stubbs this year.
Yeah.
The spark plug.
Yeah, he's been great. He's been great. And then you see, when I heard he was hurt, I was sick. I was like, oh my God, that's all they need now. Things are going from bad to worse. That's all. But I don't know. And then even if they tied up tomorrow, they're still going to be tough going out to LA, but at least it's 1-1 down 2-0. Hey, that'll be brutal.
Right. It is must win.
Oh, there's no question. Tomorrow night is as must win as it gets.
There's a chance, but that chance is so small.
Yeah,
you got to give yourself the best possible opportunity.
There's no question. And then I guess they'll bring Sanchez back for game 4, right? Which is until Wednesday, right?
Right. I would hope so.
Or not Wednesday, every Thursday. Thursday will be game 4 because Wednesday is game 3. Yes, yeah, you would think Sanchez will come back. I mean, I can't imagine they would go with Nolan or Walker Buehler. I think it'll be Sanchez.
And if they make it to game 5, that'll have to be like a Chinese fire drill.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody will be back at Citizens Bank Park. I don't know. Well, we'll see. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be a special.
Just pitch them all.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
Give everybody
that wouldn't be a bad approach at all.
Give everybody 1 inning. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Well, of course, that as bad as that was, then we turned the game on this afternoon. We thought, well, we'll get a win this afternoon, and we were up 14-3. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in the Eagles. How did the Eagles lose that game? 17-3. Excuse me, 17-3. I still can't believe the Eagles lost that game today. I'm still no idea how that happened.
The whole issue with me is they seemed uninspired the whole game, even when they were ahead. Passing game was going good.
Yeah, it was a boring game. There's no question. It was a boring game.
And they just stopped playing offense.
Yeah, they did.
And the offensive line has some problems. And it might just be cohesion.
Dickerson went out today again.
What did they give up? 7 sacks?
Yeah.
As well as, Barkley's best game was the second game of the year. He got 88 yards. Not too bad, but that's not the Barkley we know. And he's in good shape.
He had 1 carry in the second half today. How do you give him the ball once?
Right.
With a lead. You have a lead. You have a lead. You should be running the ball to run the clock out.
He should be getting that ball minimum 18 to 20 times a game.
Right. You got a lead, just run. And if you don't hand it to somebody, the running back should be taking the ball when you got a 17-3 lead. Yeah, but you should be running the clock out. But they're throwing the ball. I didn't understand that. And
that tells me that what's his name? Patullo, the offensive coordinator.
Brian
He
Patullo.
doesn't think those guys on the offensive line can blow open a hole if he's not using them for that.
I guess, or maybe he's trying to overcoach by throwing the ball. I don't know why you'd be throwing the ball up 17-3. Run the ball, run the clock. You got a lead, and you got Saquon Barkley. How do you not run the ball?
Right.
It makes no sense.
Our offensive line has definitely not been winning enough battles. That's for sure. A lot of them are banged up in and out of the game. Landon Dickerson seems to be hurt 4 times a game every game.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, he got rolled up today.
But it comes into a lot of things. You have to give it to Sean Payton. His game plan
absolutely.
worked great. The 2-back approach really opened up the short pass game. They were effective running the ball. But you know what else that did? They ran 15 more plays than we did and held the ball for 10 more minutes than we did. And our defense was gassed in the fourth quarter, and we got outscored 18-0.
Yeah, that game.
Right.
Yeah, the offense should have held the ball. They goes back to they got to run the ball. They got to run. Yep. Why are they throwing the ball? That makes no sense.
One of the problems with the defense is that they're very talented, but they're young, and they don't have that veteran that can calm them down and share that experience. Look, I've been through this before. Stay focused, stay calm. Like that last penalty, that late hit. Yeah. After they stopped a guy. They stopped a guy there. They get an extra minute to go down the field, and they're only down 1. Rather than down 4.
I don't. Talking about Zach Bond penalty when
do you really think that was?
I don't think he should have. I thought it was a bad call. I thought he. Yeah.
He made a bad choice to dive in there.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's going for extra yardage.
Yeah, it looked like the guy was still. The guy wasn't stopped all the way
on the goal line when they've called it.
Well, you make a good point there, but it looked to me like they had already stopped the guy, and.
It looked like he was trying to get more.
In the throes of the moment, you're right. You're all in. You're going after it.
Exactly. You're a football player.
It definitely didn't help.
Yeah.
You're a football player. I mean, and then that at the end with Dallas Goedert, that should have been pass interference.
Absolutely.
He got mugged.
Did you hear the officials' response to that?
No. What did
they? It seemed to them like there was a lot of hand fighting going on between both of them. That's why they didn't call it.
I don't know.
I saw the replay twice.
It seemed like it looked like pass interference. How about when
that was pass interference
When they
in every game.
They threw the flag on Bo Nix for intentional grounding. Then they picked the flag up and said it wasn't intentional grounding. Yeah, it was. It should have been intentional grounding.
You're right.
Yeah, that's 3. I hate to be the guy who complains about the referees, but they was bad calls.
I remember they were saying that only Vaughn was in the area for the Eagles. No one for the Broncos was in.
Yeah, I don't know that, but those are big plays. That one that Vaughn hit, that would have been it, right? That would have stopped them on that. They would have turned the ball over. Yeah, that was a gigantic play. I don't know. I mean, that seemed like a football play. He's coming in. Maybe you could say it was a little late, but it seemed like a football play. I don't know. They're throwing flags. I don't know. They're flag happy. Some of these referees, they just cannot stop throwing flags. But and do you think they were throwing the ball just because they were trying to get AJ more? That's why they kept throwing it, because they were trying to keep AJ happy. Which I hope not. I hope that's not the way they're doing it, because I mean, I understand he's a good player, but you had the lead. You got to run the ball.
Every game, no matter what team we're talking about, there's always locker room politics involved. So that may have been a factor, but they were moving the ball and they were getting it to Goddard almost as much too. So things were working. They just stopped playing. And again, to your point, you're absolutely right. You've got a talent, a proven talent like Barkley, and you're not giving him the ball in a running situation.
Yeah, 17-3 lead in Saquon Barkley. It screams run the ball. I don't know.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're just trying. You were talking about the offensive coordinator earlier. Like, I don't know if they're just trying to stay unpredictable for other teams that they can't plan for us. Like, are they just going to throw the ball the whole time? Are they going to give it to Barkley the whole time? Are they going to do a mix of the both? But I can't figure out what the F they're doing right now.
I mean, we can't figure it out. They certainly can't figure it out. And it's important that a winning team have an identity. Last year they had an identity. We're going to beat you in the trenches, and then we're going to beat you to the end zone.
Sure.
This year, they don't know. They haven't chosen what they're going to do. One thing I'll give Sirianni is, and I know this year, the bye week's a little later than usual for them, but he always adjusts well at the bye week to what works, and he gets them into the postseason.
Well, let's hope that he uses this mini bye week, the 10 days off that they have coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. After Thursday, you're right. He's got time now.
Yeah. I think Thursdays are pretty easy.
The thing with Kent in the second half, when they're throwing the ball, I guess it's Patullo calling. I can't Sirianni as the head coach overrule him and say, "Look, we got to run the ball." I mean, he's the head. I know he lets a guy call plays, but at some point, when it's obvious you should be running the ball, shouldn't the head coach? I mean, he could overrule the offensive coordinator. You would think.
I would think he would, but remember, before last season, he was basically told who his assistant coaches were going to be. We're going to fire them for you. We're going to replace them for you.
That's true.
And you're going to be a manager.
That's true. How
much leeway does he have?
That's true. That's true. But I mean,
locker room cheerleader.
Yeah, I don't know. I just that's amazing. You wouldn't run the ball in a situation like that, and you throwing the ball and you keep going 3 and out because you're not completing the passes. Somebody's got to say, "Hey, let's run the ball." What are we doing? Somebody has. I don't know. So you think somebody somewhere, I don't know. And now they only got a short week. They play the Giants. Should win. Giants aren't very good. Giants lost today to New Orleans. So the Eagles should win. Is that game home or away? I'm not even sure. They're up at the MetLife Stadium.
Have 2 home games in a row all season.
Really? Yeah, I guess. But
that was a reward.
For the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So. Well, that's so that I mean, but you got to win. You definitely don't want to lose this game because of the Giants.
Oh, not at all.
Division game, the Giants being as bad as they are, you definitely want to win this game.
The next 3, you got the Giants, beat up Vikings team, and then the Giants again.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, you do definitely want to win because I mean,
and you don't want Carson Wentz.
Oh, you imagine the screaming if Carson Wentz beats the Eagles.
Oh my God!
But the Giants lost to the Saints today. I forget what the final was, but they were hanging there for a while. Then the Saints pulled away late in the game. But yeah, they definitely want to win this game. And I just can't believe that. I can't believe they lost. They were sitting there when it's 17-3. There's no way you could have told me they were going to lose that game. No. I would have never.
In theory, they could be 2-3 right now. Because 2 of those games.
Oh, the Rams game, they were down.
Yeah, they're too close.
Yeah, there's no question.
Yeah, but when go back to August. I looked at the schedule and saw our first 5 games and said, we're probably going to go 3-2 in our first 5
Yeah,
games.
but 4-1 is
If I'm at
fine.
4-1,
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I absolutely. But just talking about this game by itself, you should have won. There's there's no way. When they were saying, I'm glad I'm not a gambler, because if I could have got money down when they were up 17-3, I would have lost a fortune.
Well, they always say to pick the dog after the half anyway.
Yeah, I guess. I guess I don't. I wouldn't even know that because I'm not a gambler. Thankfully, I'm not a gambler.
I know it's earlier in the season than what happened in 2023 when they went 10-1 and they just.
Oh yeah, I know.
Look, you got any of that vibe?
Yeah, a little bit. I was thinking the same thing. You start off hot, and then maybe you hope not, though. You hope
they
that
actually
doesn't.
looked really good for those first.
Oh, yes, they did.
They don't really look that great.
No, this year they haven't. I mean, the defense has actually looked pretty good, except for today. But I don't know. It's just hard to believe that could happen. And then you don't want to. We
do not speak of.
You don't want to complain about the referees, but they were bad calls. They were really.
Like I tell my kid plays fall ball now, and he doesn't understand. Like that was not a strike. That wasn't a strike. I'm like, don't leave it up to the referee.
Yeah,
right.
Whatever. Don't result to them.
Yeah,
they're in 2 close games. If the game wasn't so close, it wouldn't matter if that was a missed call at the end of the game. So don't leave it up to the refs.
Yeah. Well, how long do you think they'll stick with Patullo all year long? I mean, he's getting a lot of flack. Is the type of thing where they would make a change?
Here's the problem: if they don't stick with them, then that just means another offensive coordinator for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, that's true.
His 7th in 6 years.
That's true. That's a tough spot too. Yeah, that is. Yeah, I guess that's bad. Any thought that they would bring GJ back, who just got cut again after 3 games?
They're probably not.
I wouldn't think so
They've
either.
had enough of his act. Good talent, but
it seems like everybody's had enough of his act. Nobody's thrilled with him. Nobody's thrilled with him. But so the 4-1. What do you think for his realistic goal? I mean, 11 wins, 12 wins. What do you think?
I think 12 is realistic. I think things will get better when they start finding their identity. That's odd to say about a Super Bowl champion, but their identity is not clear right now.
Yeah, with those weapons on offense, the fact that they should struggle on offense with Barkley, AJ, Devontae, Dallas Goedert, that's a load. They're loaded on offense. The offense
all over the place.
Offense should not be struggling. That makes no sense.
They shouldn't.
That absolutely makes no sense. You don't know how that's going to happen. And boy, if they lose to the Giants, that will be oh my God, people who have pitchforks down there, they'll be ready to go crazy.
That should really be a showcase game for Barkley. I mean, we got him from the Giants. And I know last year he got his chance to show them that they made a mistake, but this is another chance. Now I'm coming back as a Super Bowl champion. They should showcase him. The offensive line should really bear down to open up them holes, and then they can open it up on the outside and start getting Smith and Brown involved and Goddard up the middle. But showcase Barkley and get out there with confidence too. Another thing with the running game. Hurts only ran twice today?
Twice.
And one of them was a scramble.
Yeah. That's hard to believe too. He usually makes the offense go when he has an option of running. Yeah. Right. I don't know what's going on. Can you blame it all on the one guy, Patullo? Maybe you can. I don't know. A lot of people seem to be blaming him.
I think I don't know. Every year, I do feel like there's always one game. Like a couple seasons ago, it was a game against Houston when they sucked. Like we were supposed to cross Houston, and they beat us. But they beat us because we were looking ahead to the next week, which was a divisional game.
Right.
And then same thing happens when we played the Bears. Justin Fields and they came out. Jalen Hurts got hurt in that game.
Right.
Hurt shoulder. But like they beat us. We were looking ahead to the Dallas game, and it's like we do this every year where we just don't seem prepared for a game when we have a divisional game coming up next, and in the near future. But like we had, like you said, we had no game plan. We looked horrible. Like we looked at we were just sat there winging it,
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you can, but of course, as you pointed out about the offensive line is banged up, and that's a big problem.
Yeah, and they're not winning enough, even when they are out there.
Right.
That's a big problem. I guess so. The offensive line and then Patullo, I guess that's a tough combination. Maybe they're going to struggle. You hope not. You wouldn't think so with the talent they have on that offense, but apparently they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle.
This is a bad week for it to happen too. You only got 3 days.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
What are you going to do? Beat them up in practice because you'll just lessen your chance.
But the other thing, on the flip side of that is, you have a chance to get right back on the winning side with a game 4 days.
On the winning side, and then they have 10 days off.
Yeah, so you have a chance to make people forget about this. If you go beat the Giants, people forget about this loss. They'll be 5-1, and then 10 days off. Yeah, so that's the one good thing about playing this Thursday.
Yeah, and during that 10 days, they need to take a good hard look in the mirror.
Oh, they need to reevaluate that offense. Yeah,
themselves.
Absolutely.
If nothing else, I don't know what Patula's thinking. Maybe being sympathetic towards him, he's trying to make too many people happy, like you pointed out.
Yeah, maybe
AJ involved more, but rather than do that, what's going to win?
Yeah, that's what it should be.
Happy or not, be happy we're going to win.
Either he's trying to make people too happy, or he's just not that good as an offensive coordinator. There's always that possibility. That's the scary possibility.
It's a combination.
Yeah, he might not be that good.
That makes him that.
This is what, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, maybe.
Talking about disappointing football, the Penn State played yesterday, or they were on the field anyway. I don't know if they played, but they were on the field, and they lost to a bad 0-4 UCLA team. I mean, and James Franklin. I don't know. I'd rather have Aretha Franklin coaching my team. I think. I mean, it's amazing. The job security the guy has. People were calling for his head. Talk about calling for somebody's head. Jim.
He's owed $55 million if he gets fired tomorrow.
$55 million payout.
That's what I saw. Wow. That's what I saw online from multiple sources.
Well, I would be hoping to get fired. $55 million. Take early retirement and go relax. But I don't get the James. I mean, that James Franklin. Somehow he bamboozled his way up there in Penn State, and now I don't know. I mean, now they're out of the top 25. They fell out of the top 20. They were predicted.
Absolutely,
really,
they were what were they? Number 8.
They were really high.
They came in at number 2.
2 preseason.
Texas came in at number 1. They broke out of
Who did?
Oh wow.
Texas was 1.
Another. Yeah, Arch Manning is struggling.
My mic was down. Texas was 1. Penn State was 2.
Arch Manning just lost to Florida.
Yeah.
And they said that his uncle Peyton used to always lose to Florida. They said it must be something in the Manning family. They can't beat Florida. But James Franklin, I don't know. If you're a Penn State and Eagles fan, which a lot of people are, it's a tough weekend. This is a tough weekend for you. But I mean, when's the last time UCLA's been this bad? That 0-4 you catch them this bad and then you lose to them. That's unbelievable.
That's right. First top 10 team to lose to an 0-4 squad.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ever.
Jesus.
That's unbelievable. That James Franklin's still up there. If you're a Penn State fan, you must be livid. You're one of these alums. You pour money into Penn State, and you got James Franklin up there. That's terrible. James Franklin. I don't know. I might rather have I don't know, Franklin Pierce. Maybe I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, if that means that anytime they fire him,
the mascot.
Yeah, there you go. Anytime they fire him, it's going to be $55 million. Jim is fired.
Yeah, and there's your preseason top 25.
Oh, there it is. They were number 2.
Oh,
Penn State, Texas was number 1. Yeah. Both of them out of the top.
Notre
25.
Dame was 6, and they lost the first 2 games out of the gate too.
Yeah, they buried Boise State.
They did. They're 3-2 now, but the 2 good teams they played, they lost. The 2 good teams they played. I don't know what. Oh boy, Penn State. Wow. And Ohio State is really good again. They might repeat. Ohio State might repeat again this year. There's a real good chance they got another good team. And talking about things that might be cursed, Sixers again this week, another injury. McCain got hurt again. The young kid. That's unbelievable.
That's a shame.
That's unbelievable.
He's good.
Oh,
but how can you get excited for him?
Somebody's always going to be hurt. That's unbelievable.
And then you find out this on the heels of Maxey being a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, well, Maxey being a Cowboys fan. Yeah.
He's from Dallas in his defense, though.
He's from Dallas?
He is from.
Did you see the press? Did you see the media day they had the other day, the Sixers earlier this week, the media day, where they were asking Embiid if he's going to be ready, and he wouldn't answer them. He kept, this year we're going to be careful. We're going to listen to my body. But are you going to be ready? That's what they're asking you. Are you going to be ready to play basketball? And he couldn't give a straight answer.
He looks like he hasn't been eating as much Chick-fil-A though. He looks like he's slimmed down.
But he couldn't give him an answer whether he's going to play. And the other guy, the same thing, Paul George. I don't know if you're going to see these guys.
As long as that bank account goes ka-ching every other Friday, he doesn't have to give an answer.
Yep, I don't know. That's unbelievable. We're gonna have another season, and maybe he's gonna play. When's he gonna play?
This is a crying shame because you know what? In a lot of ways, he's like Bryce Harper in that he really embraced Philadelphia. He was showing up at local playgrounds. He was showing up at the Phillies, at the Eagles, cheering everything on. He was become a part of the city. And then when you need him to produce, and Harper, I don't want to lump them together because I think Harper's injuries have been more honest.
All right.
And,
I was gonna rebut that, but
and he did have the one good playoff run that
he
got
did.
He did. Series.
And Harper would run headfirst into a wall if it meant making it.
Yeah, but the thing about Embiid is though, why did they give him the extension? They saw where it was headed. They saw
fear.
I don't see how
marketing.
You could have gave him that extension knowing the injuries he's had. I have no idea how they gave him that, and how they signed Paul George. That everybody knew that was a bad signing. The Paul George.
Different administrations within the Sixers, but they have a history of making these bad decisions.
Oh yeah, they do. But
trading Moses Malone because they have what was his name, Catlich?
Yeah, Terry Catlich.
Yeah. They thought, well, we can go with the speed lineup, and we're going to be great.
Yeah, but
Jeff Rowland was injured from the moment he got
there.
Yeah.
But
did he play 20 games? I don't even know.
I think that's about it. I think that's exactly what he played.
But this is on Daryl Morey. He signed Embiid to the extension. He signed George. This is on Morey. I mean, this is these two guys aren't going to play, or you don't know if they're going to play. So you can't. How can you get a team on? Because you never know if these guys are going to be. And then when they do play, they don't have enough playing time with their teammates to have anything cohesive going on. It's just a mess. It's going to be enough. Last year, what were they, 20 wins or something? They won 20 games last year?
They won 20. I'll get it for you. But they won more than 20. But
27, I think.
I mean, just terrible. Might be another year like that again. I mean, that's ridiculous. Just another wasted year. That's I don't know.
Well, the good thing is Morey drafts well. So you just keep losing, and you'll keep getting good picks. But, I mean, McCain is hurt, but he's going to be a good player.
He might.
He drafted Maxey.
This is his second injury now, Maxey, and
he's a good drafter.
And this kid VJ Edgecombe, they're hopeful for, but
he'll be good.
Again, they can't move forward as long as they're stuck with Embiid and George, and not knowing who's going to be in the lineup, and not know. And when they play, they don't have any chemistry with their teammates.
So George is here 3 more years. I think
it's
a 4-year deal, right?
This will be a second year on a 4-year contract.
It's gonna be hard to dump that contract.
Oh, they're not going to. They're not.
They're going to have to dump it. They can't dump it till next year.
Who would take him?
Next year, someone will. You know, like a bad team for some draft picks, but you won't be able to do that this year. Who's going to take that for 3 more years?
Nobody. Nobody. It's just terrible. Why? And when you signed him, everybody knew he was past his prime. What? And Morey is supposed to be this basketball genius. He had this money burning a hole in his pocket. It's space on the cap, under the cap that he had to use.
Any previous relationship with Paul George like he used to with Jim Harden or James Harden?
That was awful. Not that I know of. I don't know. These guys move around so much. Maybe they did, but he had this space under the cap that he had this bunch of money and he had to spend it, and he looked around and George was like this available free agent, so he had. But he did.
I think he was going star shopping when he drafted or traded
exactly,
or whatever, signed him,
which is fine. But if the guy was good, he just wanted I got to spend this money. I got to spend. Well, okay, he's the only one available.
This goes back to Embiid because he's thinking Paul George is going to be the finishing piece. He's going to replace. Who's the guy we had? That was the power forward from the Clippers. That was almost good. Almost good. He had nice numbers.
Oh, wow.
Elton Brand?
No, not Elton Brand. Not Elton Brand.
I know. I can't think of it.
Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris.
Thank you. He was going. He saw him as being a better version of Tobias Harris, and he'd be the finishing piece. No longer the fulcrum of an offense, but a finishing piece. But Embiid doesn't show up, or he plays in that Olympic tournament, gets his medal, and then he's not ready to play in the season.
That's unbelievable too. That he would have went and played in the Olympics and then not be ready for the season.
Well, that's when I turned on Embiid. Like I've defended him this whole time.
Didn't they bench him in the Olympics?
I don't remember. But whatever happened, he got his gold medal. He didn't even. I mean, he shouldn't even been on the American team anyway.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
He should have been
The
on
whole
Team
thing is
Kenya,
crazy.
or wherever he's from.
Well, you have these injury problems. Why are you going over there to play the Olympics? You're being paid this gigantic amount of money by the Sixers. You owe them something. You not to go play in the Olympics and not be in shape to play. I don't know, but it's a shame. It's going to be another disaster. It's going to.
You can't talk a bunch of shit about Ben Simmons and then beat him yourself.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, it's going to be
an excellent point.
It's going to be another disaster this year. I hate to say it, but I think it's going to be another disaster.
It's going to be dreaded. I think down at what do they call it now? The Stateside Center.
I don't know what they changed the name to. It's not the Wells Fargo anymore. It's
the
Xfinity Center.
I think you're right.
It's Xfinity Center.
Yeah.
Confirm in a second.
There you go.
I think you're right.
I just think it's going to be dreaded down there because I think the Flyers.
Xfinity Mobile Arena. Sorry.
Okay.
Xfinity Mobile.
Flyers, I think, made the right move in bringing in Rick Tocchet, alumni, tough, good coaching history. I think they're going to go with a youth movement where we're not going to see any results for a couple years. Maybe not quite trust the process like the Sixers did, but at least it's a plan. But there's nothing to get excited about. There's
nothing with the Sixers, nothing. But the Flyers are 3 years away from being 3 years away.
That's my point.
There's
nothing to get excited about for either.
And the only thing with Rick Tocchet is they keep bringing an ex-player. Every coach is an ex-Flyer. They just seem to be going through these ex-Flyers, and it never seems to work. You know what I mean? They've had how many guys now?
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
It's always somebody else from the.
It's always an ex-Flyer. It's always an ex-player.
Let's bring back Lavalliette. That's what I've been screaming for a decade now.
Well, what's his name when he left here? Won a Stanley Cup, right? Berube went to St. Louis and won a Stanley Cup. Yeah.
Well, the Flyers dumped Ryan Ellis today finally, so that's $7 million that they're going to have cap space.
The Flyers are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Ellis, it was a good move at the time, but then he got hurt. He was like Jeff Rowland of the Flyers.
Okay.
Right.
And if he played 5 games, I think that's a lot. I don't think he played more than 5 games. And they were paying him for the last 3 years, so they were in contract hell over this, but they were able to dump him today.
Now we'll see what happens with this Matvei Michkov. Everybody, they want him to be a star. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
He definitely's got the speed.
And people love him, so we'll see if he ends up being a star. I don't know. I guess
as long as the Flyers develop young players better than the Sixers.
Well, but the Sixers, like you said, the Sixers draft guy, it makes no sense how they keep drafting. Everybody they draft gets hurt. I don't understand this. Yeah. Well, some people have said they're cursed. That the basketball guys are cursing them because of the process. Maybe that's true. Maybe it is. Everybody they draft either gets hurt or they forget how to play basketball.
I think a lot of them had a previous history of getting hurt.
Yeah, well, Embiid certainly did.
Embiid, Simmons, they both sat out a year
to
start their career.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Now
Embiid was like 2 years, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was 2 years. And then they drafted that kid, Markelle Fultz, and he just forgot how to play basketball. Yeah. Literally, it was like somebody cast a spell on him. He forgot how to play basketball. Yeah. I don't know how that happens.
Another Danny Ainge situation there.
But everybody was saying how this guy's a number 1 pick. He's going to be great, and then it literally was like he never played before. That makes no sense. What happened with Markelle? They'll be talking about that for years. Markelle Fultz, how that happened? That's unbelievable.
They even tried to give him the Trey Turner treatment with those standing ovations. You remember? And the
fans were extremely kind to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're grasping at straws. They're grasping at anything. You know, they're just trying anything. Well, I don't know. I guess. Well, what was their attendance last year? What was their attendance?
They probably had season tickets sell out all year.
I guess the corporate people buying tickets.
Cheap as shit.
Because
my son was like, I want to go to a Sixers game. I was like, say no more.
And they were cheap.
We sat right.
Well, I remember back. There was a time back, and John, you remember this back during the Dr. J days when they had good teams. The attendance wasn't always great. They didn't have great. No. They didn't always have great attendance. I mean, it got better. I mean, when Iverson was there, it got big, and it became a cool thing to do. Even with Embiid, again, a cool thing to go to a Sixers game because Embiid was popular.
Get playoff tickets back in those days, day of.
Right, and not expensive either. Like that's it.
Well, back then it was a college basketball town, Big Five.
But it was
sort of all good.
Yeah, it was, but it wasn't as much as
late '70s, '80s. It was probably still more college.
Yeah,
but they were on CBS every Sunday.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I don't think the fans really believed until they got Moses.
Yeah.
And then there was There were all sellouts in '83, the year that they
Yeah, I'm
won
sure.
the title.
I'm
Still
sure when they
talking
got
about
Moses.
a time where you could buy a pack of hot dogs and get free Phillies tickets.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Phillies.
Not
Phillies,
whole seats.
Phillies back then, the Phillies had 65,000 seats to fill with the Met. That was a lot of seats to fill. They did the cheap. Remember the cheap seats up in the 700 level?
700 level was the best.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
Those were free tickets
that's
and not
that's a lot of seats for a baseball game. 65,000. That's a lot of tickets to sell for 81 games. That's a hell of a lot of seats to sell. So yeah, they were trying to get people in there. They were doing what they could to get people in there. But I don't know. Maybe the attendance wasn't that good. I don't know.
I'm trying to find it, and it seems like they're trying to hide it.
Go back to
That's your
The
marketing
Sixers.
team at
Oh,
work.
Sixers.
going back to football for a minute. Can you believe how accurate field goal kickers have become nowadays? It's amazing how good these field goal kickers.
Found it.
How much?
So they're in the bottom of the barrel. So this is just, but this it's saying 17,873. But something's telling me that those tickets were all sold before the year by a lot of corporate. But they are ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8th from the bottom.
8th from the 7, and it's how many does it hold? 20,000.
It holds like 21,000.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
a lot of empty seats.
But I guarantee you that it was probably like 8,000 down there most nights.
Oh yeah, it's
after
got to be
Embiid got
nice
hurt.
when it's
Yeah.
yeah. Well, who wants nobody? It's a boring team. Nobody wants to be down there. But can you believe how good field goal kickers are now in football? They're accurate.
And that's something to say because they made those posts tighter
Right.
so there would be more opportunity for missed field goals and run backs and
But
stuff.
guys are making them. I mean, I remember you can go back to I don't know the early '80s or so. Guys, 40-yard field goal was considered.
You're
I don't
like,
know.
oh my God, it's a 45
Yeah, I don't know.
yarder.
Guys are kicking 55, 56. I mean, they're just like it's routine, right down the
Every other
middle.
team seems to have a kicker that has a 60-yarder
Yeah,
in their resume.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And
These guys just right down the middle.
When we were kids, it was Tom Dempsey, and that was it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, sometimes a 35-yarder you'd be covering your eyes. You
Was
weren't
it
sure the guy's going to
Jacksonville?
make it
That kid kicked the 70-yarder.
in the preseason, right?
Preseason,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's unbelievable. That's shocking how
Well,
strong.
it started with Janikowski.
What's that?
He was the first guy like that. They go, oh, we'll put him out there and kick a 65-yarder.
Yeah,
He got drafted in the first round, right? Was it the first round, 7th overall pick or something? I will
Jesus.
Google that.
Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders.
Yeah.
kicker.
That was an Al
Yeah,
Davis
yeah.
pick if there
The
ever was
that-
one.
That wore a flat shoe.
I don't
Who was
know.
that one?
I don't know if you wore a flat shoe, but
Yeah, there was some kicker used to wear a shoe with no like
Well,
flat in the front.
Paul McFadden didn't even wear a shoe.
Yeah,
Some
Tony,
kickers-
Tony
yeah,
Franklin,
Franklin.
Tony Franklin,
Tony
both of them.
Franklin, too. Yeah.
Was
barefooted
both
bandit.
of them. Yeah, they didn't. And yeah,
Tom Dempsey, he had a birth defect on his
right.
one arm and his foot,
And he had,
and
Didn't
the
he-
front of the shoe
It was
had like a
flat, right?
flat wooden toe.
Yeah,
but
flat.
what? But wasn't it like I thought it was like almost like a metal thing in the
And they
front
would
of the
say it
shoe,
would give an
wasn't it?
advantage or something, but
Yeah. But it was some.
It was kind of like a wood.
Oh, it was wood. Okay, maybe that's what it
Playing
was.
by forward.
But if you look at his career, he wasn't that great of a kicker outside. I mean, he made that big kick, but
Right.
he didn't have a great percentage for his career. Because he was famous for making that big kick.
That was what, 63 yards. I think it's been broken like 6 times since then.
Yeah, I think the
All
record.
recent.
The record is 66 now, or something like that. 65,
I'll
something
find
like
out.
that. I
Well,
forget
if
what the
they're
record
counting
is.
Preseason.
Yeah, but they're
70.
not counting preseason yet. It would be.
I remember when I was a
Yeah.
kid, I went to an Eagles Jets game. Tommy Sullivan was the running back. Eagles came back and won, but after a touchdown, Dempsey kicked off and it went straight through the uprights on the other end.
Wow.
And it was a legitimate 70-yard
Wow.
kick.
Wow.
Jeez.
Place went nuts.
66 yards, Justin Tucker.
66.
Tucker.
Baltimore?
Yeah.
He's Baltimore, right?
Yeah,
Justin,
Baltimore.
yeah. And here's another thing about the
Doesn't he have,
NFL.
like 3 of the top 5 longest kicks.
Probably.
Last week, another tie. I can't believe they still have ties in the
I was hoping you
NFL.
were gonna bring up ties.
It's brutal. It's brutal. How can they still have ties?
It's the dumbest thing.
they-
You
they-
never end a
they-
playoff game in a tie.
No, but this was the Dallas last. Dallas and who did they play? Green Bay last week. They had the tie. Who did they have a tie with last week?
It was Dallas.
Dallas,
and,
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
and
Yeah.
Green Bay.
But,
yeah.
but Donovan McNabb doesn't know that there was
Well,
a
there's
tie.
somebody in the Cowboys didn't know it either. One of the players they were saying didn't know. It makes no sense to what they
That
can't
tie
come up with
becomes
something.
as good as a win if like it comes down to like a divisional
Yeah,
tiebreaker or something
yeah.
like that. At some point.
They have to find a way. I mean, you can't play another sudden death 5 minutes or whatever it is just to get a winner. You can't. NFL is the biggest sport there is, and the games are going to
Give
end in
your
a
two
tie.
biggest guys in the middle and sumo wrestle them until something.
Something, but why not play a sudden death? another period. And so, but I mean, you can't have ties. I don't know.
No.
Flag football with
I don't
only
know.
the quarterback, offensive, and defensive linemen. No skill players.
I put tie endings in the NFL right up there with the ghost runner on second
Oh,
base.
but if baseball is admitting that the ghost runner is a bad rule because they eliminated in the playoffs.
Right.
If it was good, they wouldn't eliminate in the playoffs. So
the playoffs too.
Exactly.
That's just like the NHL. 2 5-minute overtimes and the shootout in the regular season, and then as long as it takes in the playoffs.
So why not do that all the time?
Only 5 rounds, right?
Why not do that all the time? I don't know. Get rid of those ties. Get rid of the ghost runner in baseball. Come on, play the game. Get a winner. It's professional sports. Get a winner.
You go. Do it with the place kickers. You start with the 50-yarders.
Yeah.
And then you keep moving them back 5 yards until someone makes it and someone misses.
Yeah, maybe, but I still like them to just play football. Just play to have a winner.
Well, after a full overtime period.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. So what do you think this year? Did they announce the halftime is going to be Bad Bunny? Bad Bunny is going to be the halftime. Is anybody excited?
I don't even know who that is.
It'll be a great time to get your snacks and go to the bathroom because you won't miss anything this year. They're doing me a favor.
If you like them, watch them. If you don't like them, do exactly like you said.
They're doing me a favor. I don't know. I mean, if they had a rock band, I would have wanted to watch. Now I don't have to watch. They had the Foo Fighters or somebody, Metallica. I don't want I'll watch that. But now I can just.
They went through all the old.
They did
in the 24.
They did. All the classic rock guys did it. But then there's the guys from the '90s who never did it, like the Foo Fighters or Pearl Jam, Green Day. They've never done it. So you would think they would want some. But
here's the question: is these things involve money? It's not the money they're spending. It's the money they want to attract.
It's the international, because this guy's big internationally. They want to attract the international
viewership.
Yeah, so it makes sense from that standpoint. But I'll be out of the room. I could care less about Bad Bunny.
My son told me, he's like, "Oh, my friend's dad's looking at taking her to the Super Bowl." And she's like, "Why are the ticket prices like $8,000?" I'm like, "Well, that's how much it costs."
That's what the Super Bowl is. Yeah.
I was like, well, "I didn't know she was a football fan," and he's like, "Well, she just wants to go see Bad Bunny." I'm like, "You
go
can
to a Bad Bunny concert.
No, he didn't.
Germany.
He didn't come on his tour. He didn't come to America.
Well, yeah, that's
because
right.
He said he was afraid ice would be outside.
It still might be cheaper to fly to Europe, see the concert, and fly home.
Yeah, it might be cheaper. It might be cheaper, I guess. But it's just, I don't know. The whole
kids seem to like him.
I guess they do.
I think that's what they've been doing. They want kids and females and people like that. They want to attract to that crowd more, so they get more viewership.
The truth is that is smart.
Oh, it is.
The product.
It is.
You got to sustain the audience.
Apparently, they were negotiating with Taylor Swift, but negotiations broke down, and there was some snag, and she backed out.
Oh,
and
yeah, wasn't she supposed to do it?
She was negotiating, and supposedly, I don't know, she was insulted by the offer. She was insulted by something.
They don't get paid.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like they get no salary. The payment is
promotion.
Is the promotion of being shown in front of millions.
I guess, but what does Taylor Swift need with promotion for?
Exactly.
He's the biggest thing on the planet. What does she need that for? Now I see they're still talking about, to me, which is the craziest thing, expanding the NCAA tournament. They're talking about expanding it to 76 teams. It is crazy to me. Why would you do that?
So that we can go see Arcadia and cheer them on as they take on the Buckeyes of Ohio State.
I remember
Bucks County Community College.
48 teams. Remember when it was 48 teams? 48 teams? And it was
I remember when it was
32. Yeah, and it was.
Maybe they want it to be a literal March Madness. Like
it's too much. I mean, it's
invite everyone then at that point.
64 was the sweet number.
What was it?
64 was the sweet spot.
They got up to 68, but I don't know. 48 was pretty good. I remember when I was younger watching the 48 tour. That was when St. Joe's upset DePaul. Remember that?
Yeah, that was 79.
Yeah, that was great. It was 48 teams back then.
Smith.
Yeah, John Smith.
Pass inside. Ronnie McFarland's first career assist.
But 64 was sweet. You get the top seed against like Princeton.
I mean,
fun games.
It's fun, now but I mean, it's
no one cares about these extra games on True TV on Tuesday night before the tournament.
It's too much. It's like everything else is too. Well, baseball's 12 teams in the playoffs now.
That's too much.
That's way too much. 12 teams. Remember when it was 4? It was nice, and then they got 12 teams in the playoffs. Way too many.
Well, it's classic sports marketing. Take something to the point of saturation and then do it 5 times past that.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Of course.
I think there'll be a game every night of the week for the NFL.
Oh yeah. Oh, before
It's
long.
coming.
Before long, they're going to do that. Well, it's like the Starbucks mentality: overexpand, overexpand, overexpand.
Well, once the NFL goes into Europe, which they will in the next
Oh,
decade,
they're already doing
you'll,
games.
you'll have. Well, I'm
Go
saying like
where?
a team in
Europe.
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 You'll have like the Tuesday night game from London
Oh,
of the week.
yeah.
type
I
thing.
mean, and you know what? I'm not. I'll put it on if it's on a channel. I'll put it on. I'm not lying. I don't know if I'll stream it,
Then
but if
we
it's on one of the
should-
regular
then we'll
channels,
have
I'll
the
watch it.
Official Arthur Treacher's Fishing Championship game.
Arthur Treacher's. Wow,
Didn't
Arthur
the Vikings
Treacher's.
just play 2 back-to-back games over there?
I think they did.
Yeah, I think they
last
played
week and this
Ireland
week, right?
And now wherever this one was, like Wales or some shit. I don't know.
I think they did 2 weeks in a row
Yeah.
play over there. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, maybe they were just trying to get Carson Wentz out of the country. I'm not sure. that might have something to do with it.
Looks like he got benched today.
He got hurt.
No, he
No,
get
it
back
says-
in.
It says he got benched for inaccuracy.
He on
He
that
was
win,
very inaccurate.
on that winning
Well, how did
drive.
Foles do?
Wait a minute. On that winning drive, he went 6 for 6, 9 for 9 on the winning drive.
So I guess he came back in.
Yeah, he came back. I
It
read
says
He
here-
wasn't even wearing his pads when he came out after he hurt his shoulder.
that he got hurt, but he came back in.
It says here Vikings benched backup Carson Wentz after multiple inaccuracy throws for emergency quarterback Cam Akers. And then
Okay.
Akers threw a touchdown pass.
I don't know.
Akers threw a touchdown pass in the first quarter. Well,
So maybe
Wentz was the
Wentz came back
quarterback.
in
The
after
thing
that.
I read was that
no,
he
it
went.
was a flea flicker like
That
type
Wentz
play.
went 9 for 9 on the winning drive. I don't know. That's what that's what I had read. Maybe I read it wrong, but
I hope he does, Grace. So it's a good, we have a good story.
Maybe
line
I didn't
in
watch
2
the
weeks.
rest of the game. So.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. But so now all we got to hope is tomorrow night the Phillies can somehow pull this out. I mean, they have to hit. I mean, they're not, I'm not going to say they're done. They're not done because they're bringing up this stat about they've never won any series when they lost the first game. Well, that doesn't matter. This is the whole new series. It doesn't matter.
It's time to blaze new trails.
It's a new. What happened in the past doesn't have anything to do with it. So they can win. It's going to be tough because they have to win 3 out of 4 now, and 2 of the games are going to be in Los Angeles. So it's going to be tough, but they can do it. The Eagles, I think, I'd be surprised if they lost to the Giants Thursday night. I'd be stunned. I can't imagine.
I think everyone would be.
I can't imagine. That's the good thing about playing in 4 days. They'll wipe this Denver. It'll be 5-1. They'll be fine.
They just got wiped up by the Saints.
They did, and it was a close game early, and the Saints pulled away. Yeah, and they got this kid Jackson Dart. So we'll see, but hopefully we'll see what the Phillies can do, and then the Flyers and I'm trying to get the governor to cancel the Sixers season, but so far it hasn't happened yet. No luck yet. Keep my fingers crossed. Another appeal to the governor. But we did it. We did a nice show. I want to thank you guys for coming out. I know it's a pain in the neck to come out on a Sunday night. I appreciate you coming out. John, you got anything to plug with your public address?
Yes, I've got plenty of things coming up. Maybe the biggest thing will be the Philadelphia Marathon in November.
Oh, nice.
That's a 3-day event. The weekend before Thanksgiving, over 20,000 runners.
Nice.
And this will be my, I think, 18th or 19th year announcing it.
Wow.
Have a couple of races, and a half marathon before that, and plenty of high school soccer and football games.
Nice. Give me your website again. What's your website?
My website, for public address work, or if you're looking for voiceover work, it's www.jmcbpavo.com. That's www.jmcpavo.com.
There you go. Check that out. And Chad, you what is it? Zilla podcast starting up in November. The ZillaCast.
Sure.
And you're gonna have Jeff Manto was your first guest.
Yeah. Jeff Manto, he's a former Phillies utility
Yeah.
player.
I remember Jeff. I remember from Bristol, right? He's from Bristol. Yeah.
He's actually big into player development.
Okay.
And if you see, there's this thing on his wall that tells all the different players that he's developed over the years. I mean, a lot of names on there. Ryan Howard. And,
nice.
Yeah, there's a ton of different names. A lot of newer kids now that are playing right now.
Oh, nice.
He's had a hand in developing. And so
remember, he had a good run with the Orioles.
He did, yeah. And actually, he one of the guys that coaches the Orioles minor league team. His name is Adonis Smith. He's there a lot. He actually helped. He was actually coaching my son with batting yesterday.
Okay,
when we were there. So
nice.
They do this thing called 30-30. So to get all whatever kids want to come check it out. They'll do like batting practice with them and whatever they need help with. But
nice.
And it's cool.
Nice.
So I'm gonna help him promote that a little bit. Talk to him.
Nice. So ZillaCast.
ZillaCast.
Nice,
yeah.
nice. And then check out my other podcast, the McGonigal podcast. It's up on all the platforms. And I got a couple shows coming up. October 25th with Joe Conklin at Curran's down in Tacony, and November 8th with Joe Conklin out at the Sellersville Theater. So check those shows out. Please tune into the next episode of Just What We Need, another Philly Sportscast. Support these guys. Support Jim Corhan and the Trainwreck Comedy. We'll see you on the next episode.